I don't know how I feel, chat. I don't know how I feel. Someone said Nutter Butter. It's similar. Honey biscuits with peanut butter filling. I don't know, I feel like I need to eat a little bit more here. We're the beatdown in this matchup. These bolts need to get into our discard pile, so when we draw Snapcaster Mages, we can snap them back and maybe have some semblance of a chance. Just remember, every time you lose to Tron with your Hallowed Fountain deck, you did this to yourself. I feel like I'm supposed to let this resolve and just hope to hit a Path to Exile here. Nah, that can't be true. I think I'm better off just hoping they don't have another payoff. My opponent's pretty lucky that I didn't have a Stoneforge Mystic here on 2. There's no way they'd have been able to win if I'd had Stoneforge Mystic this turn. It's a good thing Wizards didn't unban that one. Nature Valley Biscuit. It's actually pretty good. Don't worry, we're gonna get, this is your fault, Persip. This is your fault. I'm just highlighting this right here. This is your fault. All right. But Jeff, Tron is fine. You have to build your deck around Tron. There are deck building requirements, Jeff. Turn 4 Udamog, turn 3 Khan. Those aren't more powerful than Stoneforge Mystic, Jeff. You have to build your whole deck around those cards. They're perfectly fair, Jeff. Why are you so unfair? Burpa burpa burpa. Sorry, that's everybody who I've ever talked to about comparing Tron to the other things that happen and that aren't allowed in Modern. That's basically the response I get from people. They're just like, this is fine. It's everything that has a deck building restriction is automatically fine to some people, which is just absurdity in my mind. All right, I'm actually gonna cut the helixes here. I don't want to cut the paths while they're not reach. I think being able to take Wormcoil Engine off the table is pretty important, so I'm gonna go ahead and run it back. Yeah, Keranos and Sweepers are easy cuts, and then trimming a little bit of the burn is fine.
Electrolyze draws a card, which is more valuable than dealing 1 more point of damage in this matchup. I got him, Cletus. We're good here. We're good here. I'm sure there's plenty of people in the stream. If you were offended by me making fun of you for you defending Tron and Storm and things like that for being more okay than Stoneforge Mystic, you should be offended because you're silly. That's not a logical or consistent argument. I don't care that there's a deck building restriction. The deck building restriction doesn't change the fact that what these decks are doing is fucked up and powerful. Like, the ultimate power level is what matters. I did Valakut. They were not timed out. They were permanently removed. So this is going to be a turn 2 Snapcaster Mage. We are the beatdown in this matchup. We need to kill our opponent. What's going on, Black Knight? I try. There's actually this one of the things that I like a lot in Jeskai is this Jeskai deck is, 2 copies of Vendilion Clique in the sideboard, which I think is actually very good. It's one of the better cards that this archetype can play in matches like this. Do you think the answer is... So, I'm probably going to write an article about this at some point. So, once upon a time, Jeff Hoagland, who played a ton of competitive Magic and wanted to give himself the best possible chance to win at every tournament, he really thought that we should ban a bunch of stuff in Modern and make the format more fair and balanced. Then I've come around and I've come to realize that that's not what Modern is about. Modern isn't about fair, long, grindy games of Magic. Modern is competitive, casual Magic, and it's supposed to be about playing cards that you enjoy in decks that are sweet and do awesome, wild, weird things. So with that in mind, I think Tron and Storm are fine. But with that being said, while we agree that Tron and Storm can be fine in the format, saying that Tron and Storm are fine while simultaneously turning around and saying that things like Stoneforge Mystic and Green Sun Zenith are not fine, that's absurdity to me. Just Seth, thanks for checking out, honey. Hope it saves you some dollary dues. That is nuts to me. It is nuts that people can talk about these powerful, ridiculous things being fine, but then being like these other things that are much, much weaker on absolute power level on the same turns being too good. I have to hang out with my father-in-law. I got you, Slayer. I just want people to play sweet games of Magic with awesome cards that they enjoy casting. I think that's ultimately what Modern is supposed to be about. And with that in mind, I think they should unban all of these cards that are banned that are a fine power level for the format. Tron would still be more powerful than Stoneforge Mystic. All right, we're gonna draw a card with Teferi here. We have Negate, Logic Knot, Path to Exile up, so here's hoping. Again, just like, you know, things that are determined okay while Stoneforge Mystic is not. That's really oh no, friendly fire. Somebody unban Rogue. Somebody unban Rogue. Oh no, I got Persip too. Oh no, chat. Is there anything more American than friendly fire on Fireworks Day? All right, I got you, Persip and Rogue. I got you. We really need a friendly fire emote, huh? We really need a friendly fire emote, chat. Man. Men and women are taking shots that they weren't supposed to take. It was only in the leg. I'm good. Ban them all. Let Hoog sort them out. Am I supposed to negate that? Maybe I'm supposed to negate that. I feel like maybe pulling the trigger on negate there would have been good. I mean, actual dredge is probably less bad than some of the other things. Punishing Fire could be unbanned from a power level perspective, but Punishing Fire and Umezawa's GT should never be unbanned from a misery of gameplay perspective. They are cards that create miserable games of Magic the Gathering. Miserable games of Magic the Gathering. It's probably getting their second Ulamog. A lot of these decks are playing multiple Ulamogs now. Thought Knot Seer. It's an interesting one. I guess they get to play it this turn, and I can Logic Knot it. Oh, I could click away the Ulamog. That's true. The Thought Knot Seer I don't care about, though, right? So I get to go ahead and do this. Cryptic Command's a sweet card. I'm one of the many happy people. I got you, Emmer Kool-Aid. Valakut, people think Valakut creates miserable gameplay because it's good against their deck. Like, Punishing Fire and Umezawa's GD create miserable gameplay because it doesn't end the game. It just sits there and creates this infinite grind that's miserable and makes creatures unplayable. We got you, Izzy. We got you. I feel like I'm just supposed to pass here. I feel like because I drew Cryptic Command, I was thinking about clicking inside the draw step here, but because I drew Cryptic, I'm just going to let them do their thing. Yeah, this game's been pretty solid for us. And, like, this turn 2 Snapcaster Mage has now attacked, what, 5 times? He's just, like, he's running the distance. I'm pretty sure I'm obligated to counter draw here, but I'm going to feel bad when they have a second payoff. I'm going to feel bad when they have a second payoff here. Yeah. Snap Logic Knot would use too much of my graveyard there because they have 7 mana up, so I don't think, or 8 mana, I don't think I want to Snap Logic Knot there. Deal. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and attack for 2 and then pass here, and I'm gonna go ahead and draw step click them, I think. Can beat that one. You can keep it. Yeah, I drew Stroke off the Cryptic. Like to stroke this worm here. Hopefully this isn't like World Breaker. If they drew a second threat, I'm gonna be pretty dead here. I think we can beat this worm potentially, but we're definitely dead to another threat here. Oh, please have nothing. Please have nothing. Why do they have stuff? Lightning Bolt. Everything went really well for us this game. This matchup is very bad for these fair decks. Very, very bad. You just don't have the tools to apply significant pressure. The Tron deck is very, very good at sure. I mean, the snap's done a lot of damage. He's working for a living. If they have Urza's Factory here, we're probably dead. Maybe. Alpine Moon will definitely be pretty reasonable. They'll give you a better Valakut matchup too, which will be nice. Is it enough is the question. We have Electrolyze in our deck here still, so we can go Electrolyze into Lightning Bolt or Electrolyze into Helix. So Thragtusk. Can I give up now? I'm gonna give up now. How you doing, chat? Hope you're doing better than Jeskai does against Tron, because Jeskai is real bad against Tron. My name's Jeff Hogan. We're hanging out playing some Magic the Gathering Day. We're wrapping the stream up with a couple of Jeskai leagues. We're playing Jeskai Teferi, and then we're going to play a Jeskai Burn deck right after this one. If you're enjoying my stuff, please consider subscribing to my channel. My subscribers are a big part of why I'm able to stream full-time here like I do. I really appreciate all of them. You can also support my stuff by checking out some of my wonderful sponsors. MTGOtraders.com. I'd love to buy and sell some Magic Online cards with you. And if you use code Hoagland PayPal and check out with them, you'll save 8% on your singles orders there. Honey would love to help you save your money on the stuff you're going to be purchasing online anyways. Honey is a free browser extension that if you go to bit.ly/HugoHoney, you can add to your browser at no cost to yourself while also supporting my content here. Honey doesn't do anything bad with your information and would love to help you save your money on things you're going to be buying anyways. Lisa is ready to help you get you on your way to a better night's sleep. It's the first time I've ever had a foam mattress. Leeton, thanks for checking out Honey. I appreciate it. It's the first time I've ever had a foam mattress before, and they're quite excellent. I don't think I'd ever go back. I've been using one for the last 5 weeks now. You can save $160 or more on your new Lisa mattress at bit.ly/HugoBedUS or bit.ly/HugoBedCA. And of course, we'd like to welcome everyone to Hooglandia. Thanks for hanging out today, folks. Please talk to your friendly neighborhood moderator about receiving your complimentary timeout. Waiting on our second match here. Hopefully something without Tron lands. Been playing Modern for the last few months. As 30-something player. I'm gonna give you a timeout there, really not Skeeve, because I would prefer if we don't equate decks in a children's card game to very serious diseases like cancer. That's very insensitive. It's just like kind of rude, so let's not do that here. Oh. Yep. Thought we stopped accepting bad decks. The Mac Welding campaign ended last month. We've shilled all the clothes there are to shill. Excellent Hearthstone hand, terrible Magic hand. We're gonna take a quick redraw here. Try and find a hand with some lands in it. It's quite reasonable. I think I'll take a 4th land in my Dirtle deck. So you've decided to register Serum Visions in your Modern tournament. Honestly, is Serum Visions the best Magic card? Is Serum Visions the worst Magic card that's ever been played as much as the card is? Yes. Your counter spells are good against Tron, but counter spells, if they're not paired with disruption or with pressure, aren't useful. Because, Nikki Not Nice, thanks for checking out, honey. If you give your Tron opponent infinite time to reassemble through your counter magic, their deck has so many threats in it that they're gonna reassemble and they're going to kill you. The Negate's actually pretty good here, because if my opponent has something like another Burning Inquiry or a Goblin Lore, we get to shut it down, which is nice. Yeah, so we're definitely gonna nip that right in the bud here. I'm gonna fetch a basic mountain here. I'm gonna fetch a basic mountain and negate this. It's not about being sensitive, Ginger. It's just about, like, not being an asshole. So here's the thing, because I have a lot of very, let's call them right-leaning family members, and they like to throw hissy fits when I bring up stuff like that too. Like, let's not call something cancer, or like, let's not be an asshole. Even if you don't think it's a big deal to call something in Magic cancer, it could be a big deal for somebody else. And even if you don't think it's a big deal, but it hurts somebody else, if you can improve another person's life at literally no cost to yourself, it doesn't cost you anything to stop calling something cancer. And if by stopping using that term and that vernacular improves someone else's life and doesn't cost you anything to do it, you're an asshole if you don't want to make other people's lives better at no cost to yourself. Lord 3 Dane, thanks for checking out, honey. I appreciate it. That's what it comes down to. Even if you personally don't care and you don't think it's a big deal, there's someone else out there that might, and you can make their life better without making your own life worse. So just be decent to people and help make other people's lives better at no cost to yourself. All right, so we discarded some stuff here. Actually, this is interesting. They discarded a Death Shadow. So they discarded a Verdant Catacombs earlier, which I thought maybe could be a little bit weird for Death Shadow, for a Hallowed one. But Death Shadow is really interesting in this deck. Where's that at? That was 3.5 hours in. I'll clip that myself and throw it on YouTube. If someone clipped it on Twitch, feel free to link me. All right, I think we're just supposed to take this hit and then just verdict them next turn, right? Yeah, definitely just verdicting them. We're gonna grab I think I want a Sacred Foundry here just so I can have double white and double red. Why didn't we deploy Azcanta? I don't know. Maybe I should have. I felt like there was a chance I might want to. Oh, I don't have triple blue now, right? I should have gotten another Hallowed Fountain because I can't cast Cryptic now. That was probably a mistake. Once more for the nerds in the back. Thank you, Jeff. Thank you for the bits on Band Twin. I appreciate it. How fast is my upload speed? So my upload speed is actually fast enough that I upload stuff to YouTube while I'm still streaming. So like the first 2 decks that I streamed today are already uploaded and processing on YouTube. God bless fiber internet. That's a great way to be, Chef Seth. The very same argument with a very right-leaning former friend. Yeah. Yep. All right, so I think this is just snap path, right? Like they're on 0 cards here. So it's gonna like take their last threat off the table, and then it's gonna be like our Snapcaster and Azcanta versus like their no board. So we should be pretty far ahead here. So we'll target that one. Thanks, Brecken. Look at that with the clutch commands. You mentioned mouth-breathing TCG players. I'm waiting for Declan in the middle of school to get hauled into the principal's office for calling their classmates. Yeah, my fiber I pay for 500 down, 100 up. Which is actually isn't even the fastest that they offer. So, Wrath of God is good here. Celestial Purge is great. Ruined Halo seems fine. Timely Reinforcement seems fine. I think we're trimming the Logic Knots and the Keranos. This Negate was okay that game, but it's pretty terrible on average, I think. Do I want Elspeth? Is Elspeth fine? I feel like she's probably okay. I don't know that I'd classify explosives as great. I think it's passable, but I don't know about great. What am I trimming here? So are some of these cryptics being trimmed? I enjoy your stream because I can debate logic as long as I provide more than because in my statement. And often I don't get timed out for taboo subjects. Or thank you for being intelligent, fair. Thanks for the bits, Kate Doherty. Thanks for watching today. The Hat Chase, yep. 10 out of 10 we'll get Spicy Lands added. Yeah, I'm gonna cut 2 cryptics as the last 2 cards. Like, some cryptics are probably fine. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Keranos is good against decks that are mid-range and control decks. It's good in the Hallowed Fountain mirror matches, and it's good against like green-black mid-range, and it's also good against it's good against green-black mid-range and Hallowed Fountain mirrors and decks like Mardu Pyromancer. Zumi Tacos, thanks for checking out, honey. I appreciate it. Yeah, basically, the win condition in this deck is like Snapcaster burning people out. So we lost our path to Exile, but we still have the Snapcaster Mage. I think I'm just supposed to fetch Shock here. Yeah, I'm just going to get Steam Vents and cast the Serum Visions, I think. Where do you draw the line on saying offensive things versus conveying certain ideas? People find a lot of things offensive if you're too restrictive. Do you not cut? Like what? Can you give me an example of something that you think is offensive that we can't talk about? Like, you can talk about things that are touchy subjects without using offensive language to talk about them, by and large. So I'm going to bottom this Cryptic Command. I think I'm going to keep this Lightning Bolt. Seems fine. There's another person that just checked out, honey. Thanks for trying that, people. I appreciate it. You do support my content at no cost to yourselves by installing that browser add-on with my link, so thanks for that. So that's actually a good comment, Rock. I intentionally played Scalding Tarn even though they didn't know about it because I want the option to fetch for basic planes with my Flooded Strand. I wanted the option to fetch for basic planes with my Flooded Strand. So that was a conscious choice on my part, but I didn't talk about it. Siri, Curry Worst, you did. Thank you, I appreciate it. right, let's go ahead and path them here. Yes. Happy 4th. Think of the blue-white miracles decks. There were a couple of them, right? Fuck off, Puritan Day. Another discard spell. This is a Delve threat. Smells like a Delve threat. Untap land. Untap land. All right, so we're taking 1 hit here, but we can snap path next turn. Father Karn for the win. Thanks for checking out, honey. I appreciate it. All right, so they have 3 cards left. Our hand's pretty good here. And we really just want to, like, draw lands for, like, the next 3 turns, right? Teamer Battle Rage. That's a little brutal. All right. I'm asking where I draw the line. Gender neutral pronouns are another thing where, regardless about if you think they're a big deal or not anyways, someone else's life is potentially improved by you using gender neutral pronouns in general. So whenever possible, you should use gender neutral pronouns because it doesn't hurt you to use gender neutral pronouns and it potentially makes someone else's life better. So if you are a decent, good person, you should want to do everything possible that doesn't cause you any stress or extra work and improve someone else's life. It's free for you and improves someone else's life, then you should do it unless you're a fucking asshole. If something costs you nothing to do and it makes someone else's life better, you should do it if you are a decent person. That's true. There are a lot of people that are fucking assholes. You are not wrong. For people that aren't native English speakers, like an example of gender neutral pronouns that I try to use while I'm streaming a lot is I try to do my best to always refer to my opponent as their hand or their death shadow instead of saying his death shadow or her death shadow. I'm not assuming that my opponent is male or female or a non-binary by saying their card. And it doesn't cost me anything to do that. It just changes the verbiage that I use slightly while making other people potentially feel more accepted. It's such an easy thing to do that even if you don't feel strongly about it, like, again, it's just like a low cost to you, so just do it. Low, yeah, exactly. It's if you're a Magic player, you should understand a value perspective argument, right? Basically, it's low cost, high return, high potential return. It's a low cost to you and high potential return to somebody else, so you should do it. So we get to block plus Lightning Bolt this here, which is great. Yeah, nerd is gender neutral. That is correct. Call everybody you want nerds. We're all playing Magic the Gathering here. Fire off all the nerd calls that you want. I mean, if they have Bolt, we're at 3 and dead anyways. We could have gotten punished by Fatal Push or Teamer Battle Rage, but I think that's fine. Chat, we're at 3. We're dead to Bolt regardless. Yeah, we're dead to Bolt regardless. All right, so I'm gonna submit. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with how we sideboarded. We just got a little, the Teamer Battle Rage put us a little bit too far behind. It was just too big of a hit and then we got burned out. Hey, look at this. Look at this. Fuck the critical practice bullshit. Look, I have a welcoming message for you. You don't think people should be welcome here because you want to talk however you want? Fuck you. You're not welcome here. Get out of my chat. It's not political correctness. It's called being a decent fucking human being. Damn it. Get out of here. You don't want to be a decent person, you're not welcome here. Leave. There's the door. Don't let it hit you on the ass on the way out. If you think improving someone else's life at no cost to yourself is not a good thing, get out. Broke, thanks for the brand new sub. Thanks for the Twitch Prime. There's a lot of people making a lot of less obnoxious content on Twitch. Thanks for supporting mine here. I don't have many hairs left to lose, Anaronix. Don't tell me that my hair's falling out. Don't tell me that my hair's falling. I don't have many of them left. Proto Bunny, thanks for the brand new Prime. Thanks for the brand new Prime. All right, so Champdom 2000, thanks for the brand new Prime support. I'm gonna keep this. So we don't have a path to exile, but like against the Burning Inquiry deck, you kind of want to just keep most hands that are functional, and we do have Runed Halo to stop their first big threat. Go, Jeff, go. Thanks for the bits, Oratog. If I missed messages, I'm sorry. The chat's moving kind of quick today. I appreciate everybody here. You did, your sub did go through, Just Seth. I appreciate it. You might need to refresh to send the message through the browser, though. Barkham, thanks for the brand new tier 1 sub. Digital Drummer, thanks for help keeping me employed this month. So, I have all my colors here, so I'm just going to preserve my health total a little bit here and fetch a basic mountain to kill this. Had to sub for more rants. What's on the docket for Legacy tomorrow? C. Whitman, thanks for the brand new Twitch Prime. Welcome. If you look in the donation queue here, you can check out all of the upcoming decks for tomorrow. You either become crazy or bald. Why not both? I hate how to rationalize it is to avoid calling people. Instead, it becomes taboo. Subbing for the Discord. The Discord is great. If you are a new sub, feel free to check out the Discord. It's quite excellent. Okay, so we're gonna fetch Bolt here so this thing doesn't hit us. Jeff Rant earns a sub. Thanks for the morning. If you enjoy the ranting, there's a bunch of it on my YouTube, and that one will probably get clipped and added to the mix. I'm not familiar with how to handle it in another language. I only know how we handle it in English. Thomas. JS, thanks for the Twitch Prime support. I do appreciate it. Welcome. I hate that every one of them stops at the part where we refer to them but never touches. All right, so I'm going to play this. Wrath of God was a great pickup here because drawing a card that Rant was worth 500 bits. Keep up the good work. Thanks, Agar. Drawing this Wrath right after they deploy their threat, right after they Thoughtseize us, is so very good because now they're not going to play around it most likely. They showed us Death Shadow in the second game, so they're playing like this Death Shadow Hallowed One amalgamation. I just auto-passed my turn. Moto lagged and I auto-passed my turn. I'm glad they don't have a lot of power in play. You can use your archived rants as teaching tools for the kids. Probably, or maybe we'll reiterate it. Can you explain why Hallowed One is good / people build around it? 1,000 bits for being a decent human being, unafraid to ask others to be decent as well. Thank you for the support, Polar Scribe. So Hallowed One is just like Modern is a format that's by and large about generating tempo. So the fact that Hallowed One puts so much power into play for so little mana, it's a big part of why Death Shadow is good too. Like getting so much power for so little resource investment is really what Modern is about. Sleeton, Thank you for the bits. I appreciate it. Welcome. Bought sparklers for you can teach your children. Oh no, chat. That's sad. We lost the game because I auto-passed. We lost the game because I auto-passed. Toby, Tip Top, thank you very much for the brand new tier 1 sub. I appreciate it. So yeah, if I would have had this island in play, we'd have been fine here, but we're dead now. Bears Gaming, thanks for re-upping for the 2nd month in a row. Welcome back, and thanks for keeping me employed. I appreciate it. I don't know that we would have guaranteed won that game, but we would have still been playing Magic if I wouldn't have accidentally auto-passed my turn. We'll play at least 4 matches with this deck in case we get dumpstered one more time. Actual correct reporting. Blood Moon is related to more Hallowed Fountain deaths than any other single Magic card in Modern. I have played a little bit of Arena. If you want my thoughts on Arena, you can check out my short blog post here about it. Actually, speaking of, for people that are playing bingo at home, Magic Online is currently using almost 2 gigabytes of RAM. We'll give it a restart here after this match. What's going on, Tradebor? Welcome. Sure, but like, you can lose, in my mind, Magic Online and things like the accidentally auto-passing there, that's a trade-off. There are things in paper Magic that you can lose to that you can't lose to on Magic Online. So like, while it feels bad to lose that game, likely because I auto-passed my turn there, there's other things that can't happen in Magic Online that do happen in paper. It's buggy. So Magic Online uses about 700 megs of RAM when you first turn it on. And for those of you that aren't familiar with software, basically Magic Online, as it needs more memory to load card images and stuff like that up, it doesn't unload that memory after it's done, which we refer to as a memory leak in software development. So basically the client just keeps using more and more RAM, and the client's not designed to be holding that much information at once. So as it keeps storing more and more of these images and things that it's not freeing back up, it runs slower and slower. It doesn't stop the memory leaks. Magic Online leaks memory on Windows. It leaks memory on Wine. It leaks memory on Windows 10 and Windows 7. It leaks memory everywhere. If Magic Online ran extra port on Linux through Wine, I would stream from Windows. I have a Windows partition on my computer. That doesn't fix anything, Doherty. It's the same as just restarting. It just takes 2 seconds to restart. That's actually really bad for us because it's going to kill our second white source. The issue, Doherty, isn't that my host is running out of memory. My computer was built to do lots of things. It has 32 gigs of RAM. My computer is only using 10.8 out of 32 gigs of RAM. It's that Magic Online slows to a crawl when it starts using close to 2 gigs of RAM. The issue isn't that my computer doesn't have enough memory. The issue is that Magic Online doesn't run well when it's using that much memory. From a software perspective, tracking down memory leaks in a complex piece of software is often very difficult. So I am slightly sympathetic, but it does exist and it is annoying. My computer makes toast, your turn. Correct, yeah, and this is a 32-bit application, so as it balloons up, it can only address so much. I mean, if you lock the process, it's going to crash when it tries to need more memory, but doesn't have it. To be fair, web development is a web browser is a little bit more complex than what Magic Online does, because web browsers have to account for the infinite different configurations of websites. So, whereas like the number of situations that Magic Online puts itself in is far more finite than the number of websites you have to account for. And there's lots of things that could cause a memory leak. So without seeing code, I'm not going to speculate. I'm just wanted to generically explain for people that might not have a software background what a memory leak is, what it means. And I'm even speculating when I'm saying it happens because of the card images. Like, it might not be related to the card images at all. I can't know that for sure. But I do know that it leaks memory faster when I'm cycling through more games and more card images. So that's my educated guess, but it is a guess. Correct, yeah. When we played the 22-hour burn stream, it leaked memory less quickly because the decks had a bunch of overlapping cards, which was funny. That's something like memory lapse and mana leak together. So the opponent's deck is probably Bring to Light Kiki. We've actually played that deck on stream before. Mole Drifter. I like this opponent. This opponent values drawing a card here, chat. This opponent values drawing cards. I like what you have going on, opponent. I can respect someone who respects drawing cards. Our opponent is into the funds. Five color Seance? I guess Mole Drifter is not common in the Bring to Kiki deck. Another Wall of Omens. I think I'm just supposed to let that happen. I have no idea, Zane Quinn. I've never worked in C# personally. All of my software stuff is done in Python and Pure C, which Pure C is miserable if you've ever written in it yourself. Do not recommend. I'm casting this just in case they name Snapcaster Mage. Always cool to see you piloting control. Dershushi, thank you for the 3-month resubscription and welcome back. Never cheered before and it took me way too long to figure it out, but love what you're doing here and the messages you put forth. Happy 4th. Thank you, Toby Tip Top. I appreciate the bits. Thank you, everyone, for the support. Cryptic Command. They took the Cryptic out of my bin. Okay. Okay. Well then. Huh. So the problem with Slaughter games is that it generally comes up short against decks like Storm, which is one of the more popular combo decks right now. And it's not that good against Valakut Titan. Like, it's fine, but they usually can still kill you. It's not like how it is. It's good against, like, Ad Nauseam, but that's a pretty fringe deck these days. All right. I think I'm actually just bottoming here. I'm looking for more... All right. I'm going to go ahead and attack with the Snapcaster, actually. And then we'll Helix the wall down. And then we can Snap Helix them next turn. We've got Snapcaster Mages on lock at this point. Did I miss a wall of text? That's not getting timed out. They're getting banned. Oversensitive, project, leftists are cancer. I choose not to walk on eggshells around you people and not care about your Sylvie. Do you know what's juvenile? What's juvenile is being a Jagoff. That's what's juvenile. Like, that's not... Wait, did we... It's not... Again, like... Just be decent to each other. It's really not it's really not hard to be decent to each other. Just don't be a jerk. Don't do it. I think it makes them look tough. It's just, I don't know what goes through their mind. Like, just like, you know, if you think being decent to each other if you think expecting people to be decent to each other is a dick, like, it's so sad. It's so sad. Just, you know, just be nice to each other. Here's your bounty for one shitty nerd sculpt. Every time any type of major social progress has ever been attempted to be made in the history of probably the world, there are always some amount of people in the background screaming about how this change isn't good and it's unfair and it's wrong and we should respect our history and we should respect the past. Like, no, people in the past that's why it's called change and it's called improvement, making things better for the people that come. I don't want my children to grow up in a hate-filled society. Like, that's awful. I don't understand how people who are parents can, like, treat people the way I see some parents treat people. Like, do you want your kid to be treated that way? Like, I don't know if my kids are going to be queer or transgendered or who they're gonna love, who their significant others might be, and I want them to feel welcome regardless of who they choose or who they want to be as a person. Like, it's so just us. It's funny, being a parent really kind of changes your perspective on things. And I don't think you have to be a parent to understand that, but like, being one helps me understand it better for sure. Cookie Lord, thank you for the Twitch Prime support. I do appreciate that. Welcome, welcome, welcome. This isn't the government's not here regulating your speech. I'm here regulating your speech in my private Twitch channel, just asking you to not be a dick. People feel like they should be entitled to be assholes. And guess what? They can be assholes and we can show them the door. We can say, hey, that's fine. You feel like you're allowed to be a dick? We're allowed to say, fuck you, leave. Get out. All right, what are we doing? What are we doing? They're playing like, okay, so the sweeper's good. The sweeper's good. I guess they have Bring to Light, so this negate's probably okay. Thanks to the bits, Full Metal. Basically, anybody that talks about like you're encroaching on their freedoms for expecting them to not be an asshole, just like cut those people out of your life. It's not worthwhile. They're not. You're just gonna lose. It's negative life EV to interface with those people. Logic with the $5 donation. Thanks for sticking up for what's right. How do you suggest replacing Probe and Manaless Dredge? I don't know if I have a good suggestion for that offhand. I'm not familiar with that archetype a ton. Keranos is terrible against Nahiri. That's a good suggestion. As someone who uses gender-neutral pronouns, I don't know how this conversation came up, but I appreciate you and your rants. Please put this towards Narset Cannon. Will do. Thank you for the support. Did you all put out cookies and milk for Captain America last night? Odristus with the $5 donation. A+ rant. Thank you. All right, so the stroke came in. Yeah, Keranos definitely has to go. Is this a click matchup? I feel like Dude is considered gender neutral at this point, but I don't know where that goes. I feel like that could be used generically. You can ruin Halo the Slaughter games. Am I supposed to trim some of my 4-of so we don't get Slaughter games? They're probably boarding that out against us. Well, I appreciate it, Eternal Witness. Is Azcanta... I've been banning them, Dows. Anybody posting any amount of hate speech or any amount of, you're infringing on my rights to be a dick, I just ban them immediately. I don't time those people out. Do you think someone made decking Slaughter games that ever boarded out? That's a good point. That's a good point. I need to cut one more. Fuck it, let's submit 61. I'm gonna submit 61. All right. Has sweeper in opener. Check. Opponent also at 61. Look, sideboarding is hard, chat. Sideboarding is hard. Crazy Craig with the $10 donation. Love the stream and the rant. Thank you for the support. Hope you're having a good 4th wherever you're at. I don't think they're on Scape Shift. I think they're like on Bring to Light creature combo value. And think they're just like creature. They might have a combo. I wouldn't be surprised if there's like a Kiki Jiki hiding in their deck. What kind of mad person would play Kiki Jiki though? Thank you for being a decent human being. Thank you, Bear Canoe, for the bits. I don't have a ton of reach here, but I do think it's important to use what reach and position that I have to like encourage people to be decent. I am. So if you're a Legacy fan, we're going to be playing Legacy all day tomorrow and Friday. So I'll be starting about, on Friday, I'll be starting at 9 a.m. Central Time. And on Thursday, I'll be starting as soon as Magic Online comes off of downtime. K Doherty, thanks for the brand new tier 1 sub. Welcome. All right, I think I just want to grab a Sacred Foundry here. I already have Trip Blue for Cryptic Command, so I just want to like lock in extra red in my second white. Am I supposed to kill this here? I feel like I'm supposed to kill this because my opponent hasn't had any other plays, and I'd like to keep them off of Bring to Light next turn or an Acidic Slime or something like that. Maybe I was supposed to end step kill this even. Yep, I'm just going to be playing decks from the queues, from the top down. As somebody with a bisexual sister and thus a lot of experience with the LGBTQ community, it saddens and disgusts me is the way people respond to your simple request. Well, thank you for the bits, Hat Case. Yeah, just, you know. Blaze XXI with that 3-month free subscription. Thank you very much and welcome back. Thanks for the quarter of a year support. So now we've got double Cryptic up, which is just great for us. I'm a hard right-wing viewer, but dude, I've been watching for a while, and I've said some stupid shit, and you've been tolerant and fair, so take my money, and thank you for being objective and not shutting people out. Oh. Q and not yet. Thank you for the brand new tier 1 sub. Welcome. Yep. It's going to be great, right? The Slaughter games is going to happen, and we're just going to be so incredibly sad. They have Court of Calling? There are Restos hiding in their deck. Okay, so I think I'm just supposed to path this, right? I think I just want to, like, not let anything fishy happen and just, like, keep their pressure off the table. I think they're just playing Bring to Kiki. We've actually played Bring to Kiki on stream before, and it's been really sweet. So if you're interested in seeing something similar to the opponent's deck, search on my YouTube channel for Bring to Kiki. And that's likely what they're playing. Snapcaster Mage, God. Look, I don't think Jeskai is the best deck in the world, But if you've never snapped a Cryptic Command before, I would highly recommend doing it at least once. Let me tell you about things that feel great. Snap Cryptic Command feels great. Get a 2/1, counter your spell, draw a card. Your move, Yugi boy. This is all I got. Waiting on the guttural response. My opponent strikes me as the type of person who could guttural response me. No, I'm gonna bounce the snap with the next Cryptic Command. So, if I play Teferi here and plus I get to hold up Cryptic Command still, why is this card so absurd? Can we talk about my favorite 3-mana Planeswalker in Modern? Can we just have a conversation about my favorite 3-mana Planeswalker? That's so good. Oh, baby. As a trans person, your rant brought tears to my eyes. So many times I've heard people tell me to, from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much for those words. It means that we have allies like you, and I can't help but feel emotional. Thank you for the content. Thank you for the support, Cookie Lord. I'm glad you feel welcome here. That's my goal, is to let people feel welcome here. That should be the goal everywhere. Just, you know, don't be a dick. Make people feel welcome. All right, we're gonna need a spell at some point. Maybe I was supposed to bounce Snapcaster Mage with that one. Yeah, I think that time I should have bounced Snapcaster Mage. So one of the things you want to remember you can do with Cryptic Command is bounce your Snapcaster Mage to re-snap the Cryptic. Yeah, I was reading a message and I went on autopilot. I went on autopilot and went counter draw. And now we're flooding out a little bit. Yeah, it might come back to bite us. Like, they haven't been playing lands. They very likely have another payoff in their hand here. Don't apologize, Cookie Lord. You're fine. You're fine. Thanks, Zentoth. This deck, right? Isn't everything better with Time Warp? Yeah, this is... So if I would have bounced my Snapcaster Mage, I would have been able to snap Cryptic this year. I'd be down 2 points of damage, but this Bring to Light wouldn't be resolving, which is bad for us. Well, I guess we just get to tuck that, huh? So, like, this is we're gonna lose a card draw here. That doesn't seem particularly scary, right? Crunchy Frog, thanks for checking out, honey. Oh yeah, I can shuffle their deck, can't I, with this Field of Ruin? Teferi Field is such a combo. That's so great. So it tucks it 3 down, but an online permanent 3rd from the top, so I can wait till their end of turn to bluff Cryptic Command here. That's so much mana. That is... Yep, resolves. Okay. Okay. So I'm gonna feel... So the reason why I'm pulling the trigger on this Field of Ruin here is not because I care about their Overgrown Tomb, but because I want to shuffle the Keranos back randomly into their deck, as opposed to being 2 from their top so they can redraw it quickly. Dodge Joel, thanks for that brand new Twitch Prime support. Welcome. They're dead, right? I get to go ahead and Verdict and then smack them with... I'm actually a land short, right? Yeah, I'm a land short here because I can shock this in... Oh, Teferi untaps a land. Teferi untaps my land. Teferi Flying high into the wild Teferi yonder. Rock Fist, thank you very much for the 1,000 bits. I appreciate it. We flooded pretty hard here and we're still going to win the game, huh? Hey, Trebor, thanks for checking out, honey. This card is so good. I feel like just like pointing out that he's better than Jace is like almost disrespecting him because Jace is pretty bad. Jace is pretty bad. All right, I just did a shill, so I'm not going to do a full sponsor spiel here, but I do need to restart Magic Online because it's hemorrhaging memory here. So let's enjoy the beautiful Painter Servant background here. It is truly stunning. Appreciate my wonderful terminal for half a second while we restart. So we're 1 and 2 in this league, but I accidentally F6'd my turn in the third game against Death Shadow, which meant we got Blood Mooned, which felt pretty bad. So I think there's a non-zero chance we could be 2 and 1. I am using Linux at the moment. That terminal is called Terminology. It's written using the Enlightenment Foundation libraries. A lot of the Masterpiece art is truly fantastic. It's been a while, but I haven't used Fluxbox in recent memory. I've been using the Enlightenment desktop for the last 6, 7 years now. Yeah, the SDCs. I am so happy they went with normal looking cards. Like the all black ones that are like impossible to read, they suck for coverage. They're a neat idea, but when it comes to actually playing Magic with them, they're really terrible. So I'm glad that we have something awesome and beautiful and neat that's actually playable. Where can I get the Painter Servant wallpaper? I posted it on my Twitter recently if you want to dig through my media on there. Digital Tech Wire. I'm glad that they did Chandra Torch of Defiance was one of them, right? I know they did Gideon of the Trials, and that's a modern playable card. It's extra sweet that they did modern playable ones. Was Torch of Defiance one of them? I feel like she was, but I don't remember. Yeah, timeouts just mean that you can't post in chat for 10 minutes until the timeout is up. Sweet. Yeah, TOD's great. Yeah, TOD and Gideon will probably be worth a good deal because they're very playable. Can I keep this hand? I'm going to keep this hand. As a lover of making land drops, I'm going to keep this hand. Please be a deck where Lightning Bolt is good. Please be a deck where Lightning Bolt is good. Storm, Lightning Bolt is kind of good. Lightning Bolt is kind of good. I'm going to lead on Scalding Tarn in case they play a creature on 2 here. I want to play a creature on 2. I just want to kill it with fire. Bolt makes them 1 on 4 instead of 3. Grab Sacred Foundry here. Yeah, I've got plenty of blue sources in my hand. Could bolt yourself to the... Yeah, here's 3 less storm coats you need. So I'm actually going to play the Sulfur Falls here because if my opponent, even if my opponent doesn't give us something to bolt this turn, I'm just going to send the Helix at their face because if I draw a Snapcaster Mage, I want to start pressuring them. Again, the most important part about beating combo decks like Storm and Modern is not just being able to disrupt and kill their creatures and interact with their spells. You need to actually be ending the game and closing the window for them to win. So the Storm deck, while it's a pseudo-fragile combo deck, if you give it infinite time, it's going to keep reassembling through your disruption. So your goal needs to be to end the game as quickly as possible while also disrupting them. not quite Unbanned Twin. I think keeping both my pieces of 1 mana removal is important because I want to be able to be really mana efficient. Cryptic Command's a great draw here. It means if they go Ritual Gifts, we get to Cryptic it. Sweet. I feel like if they were going to go for Ritual Gifts here, they should have done it during our upkeep to play around this. We did play Affinity today. We played that one second. So that'll be up on YouTube after the fact. So if we can find a threat here, I'm not sure if this Teferi is going to be quite threatening enough. Depends on what their leftovers are. If their leftovers are kind of medium and this doesn't get remanded next turn, we could be in an okay spot. We could also die here. We might not get a next turn. It looks like we're not going to get a next turn. That's unfortunate. Look, you can say a lot about Splinter Twin in Modern, but at least when my Splinter Twin opponent untapped with no board on turn 4, I knew I wasn't going to fucking die. Woo! We didn't die! We didn't die! We didn't die! Woo! Every turn is a gift from God, chat. Every turn is a gift. Cherish it. Cherish it. Wrap it up in a precious little box and go, this was my turn. It was a gift. Woo! Alright, so it's probably absurdly greedy to play the Teferi, so I'm just gonna bolt here, because remember, they could remand our Teferi off 1 mana because of Baral, so it is absurdly greedy. It is absurdly greedy to Teferi there, so we are not going to. Storm Bricked. I love when my Storm opponents are unlucky. That's my favorite kind of Storm opponent, the unlucky kind. And and the real reason I think we're supposed to play around Remand there is my opponent had 4 cards in their hand and couldn't kill us. So you want to think about the subset of cards my opponent could have in their hand that don't kill us, and a lot of them are Remand, right? So I think there's pretty good chance they have Remand. Gosh, I'm so smart and thin. Just the smartest, thinnest Jeskai player. Are you still unlucky? Are you still unlucky? Or am I dead? I think they have with 4 cards, they probably have a hard time going off without finding anything. So I'm gonna fetch a basic Plains here because I'd like to leave up double red just in case they have a creature plus a remand to protect it potentially. Is the queue order highest democracy first to lowest last? Yeah, whichever has the most points in the queue is what I play first, generally speaking. Be aware that they are sorted by format though, so it's top modern to lowest modern, then top legacy to lowest legacy. So you'll need to scroll down. I think we're just binning double ritual here, right? Like they're definitely bottlenecked on mana at this point. That's unfortunate. So they have Past in Flames, Manamorphose, and now 3 cards we don't know. Really glad we played around the remand that turn they had the thing. Yeah, I think there's a good chance we're dead here. Very, very good chance we're dead. Are we splicing here? Yep, that's a splice. Super dead. I don't know what Justin's crappy July deck is yet. He's sorting that out. So Justin, for those that are new to the stream, is one of my big donators here. So he gets 1 free pass per month to submit anything he wants that I would normally even reject from other people. So it's usually a steaming dumpster fire. It's usually a steaming dumpster fire. All right, so I want these counter spells. Electrolyze is kind of medium. Keranos is slow. I think I like this. How do we feel? How do we feel about this configuration? How much do you need to donate to be like Justin? well into the 4 digits. Hey, Merk. Thanks for the comment. Well, thanks for watching. Welcome. How much do you need to donate to skip the line and get my deck next? Usually it's a $100 donation to cut in front of a deck that I currently have planned for today. Is Stroke worth it? Stroke's probably fine here, right? It's a little bit medium in that it misses the 3 mana card, but it's probably good overall. Justin, the people on the banners have a little bit more sway, especially Justin and Aronix and Nivik. They're a big part of why I started full time. Yeah, I'm not gonna board in the Stroke. I feel like a lot of the time they move off the Gifts Plan against decks like us. I like Explosives because it can kill Pyromancer's Ascension and it can clean up Empty the Warren tokens. So I think it's valuable for that reason. I agree it's not amazing, but I like it for its flexibility. I really like it for its flexibility in case it allows us to react to whatever their ideal post-board configuration is. Yeah, exactly. A lot of Storm players have had 2 copies of Ascension in their sideboard for these interactive matchups. I don't know that I'd go as far to say that most of them do, but a non-zero amount do. So it's definitely something that should be on your radar if you're playing a deck like Green-Black or Jeskai or Mardu in a matchup like this. I am sure that Caleb Shear is doing lots of interesting things. And I know that he's a very good Magic player, but I'm just going to say that not everybody is playing Shear's list all the time. There are lots of people that play lots of Storm in Modern. I like countering their cantrip there because I really just want to use my mana. Also, getting a negate into my discard pile is valuable in the event that I draw Snapcaster Mage. And because I have this second negate to stop a pieces of the puzzle next turn anyways, I think it's fine to burn this first negate aggressively. Just like get my mana efficiency in. I'm not going to burn my negate on this Serum Visions here because it's my last like hard-ish counter in my hand. I missed your honey. Well, thank you, Loma's Love, Loma's Life, for checking that out. There's another one there as well. Sir Ratha McGregor, thank you for checking out Honey. I appreciate it. Appreciate everybody hanging out today. Hope everyone's having a good 4th wherever you're at in the world. If you're in the US, happy holiday. Happy Freedom Day. Enjoy your freedom. America. Grab some steam vents. Bolt's like an okay pickup, but again, like we've talked a bunch on stream about how it's not the disruption that's the important thing in this matchup. We really need to find a Snapcaster or a Clique here. Really need to find a Snapcaster or a Clique here. I'm not confident of a lot of things with this archetype, but I'm pretty confident that you should have 2 Cliques in your 75. I also, one of the things that I think is really good in this archetype, Snapcaster is great. I wonder if we're just supposed to have some Gideon of the Trials in the main deck. Gideon of the Trials is a card that's like super powerful. It's like soft removal when your opponent only has one creature, and in games like this, it closes very quickly. So I think if you are interested in tuning Jeskai, I would definitely recommend testing at least 2 copies of Gideon of the Trials. Gideon of the Trials is just like, Gideon of the Trials is a great card because it works towards fixing what I like to refer to as the wrong half problem, because it's a card that can be aggressive in matchups like this while allowing you to be interactive in other matchups. What's going on, D Walrus? Welcome. So again here, just like getting my Snap Bolt on because I need to try and kill my opponent here. And with the Colonnade, we actually don't have to get that many hits in, right? Like, they're going to 12 here, so this puts them to 10, and then this is like a surprise extra burst of damage on the turn we finally kill them. Bolt, Snap Bolt is a big reason why blue-red based control decks are often the most playable control decks in Modern. They allow you to kind of pivot and take this aggressive role when you need to in these combo matchups. Sayaya 23 with that brand new Twitch Prime. I know there's a lot of great people making a lot of great stuff on Twitch right now. Thanks for supporting mine this month. They're wiping away my Steam. Sure, I guess. Most terminals on Linux are pretty functional Amethy. I've used LX terminal a bunch too. Crunchy Frog. Twitch usernames get me sometimes. Thanks for the 2-month-3 subscription, Crunchy Frog. Green Fourth. Thanks for the Prime sub train, folks. Welcome. Everyone's having a good day wherever you're at in the world. Thanks for keeping me employed here. I should probably do some more custom playmatch. Christy and I have been talking about adding some formal merch. I think our goal is to get it set up by August. So she's currently researching a bunch of options. I told her she can make all the executive decisions on that. So she's looking everything up, and I think our goal is to have a merch store set up for people to pick up stuff from if they'd like it by when we get back from Gen Con after that first weekend in August. Please give me something to snap negate. Morale is really bad for us here because I don't have another bolt. The emblem doesn't do a lot against Storm. Gideon's emblem is not why Gideon is good against Storm. Gideon is good against Storm because he's a 4/4 for 3. What was my occupation prior to streaming full-time? I have a master's degree in mathematics. I've taught at several smaller colleges. I've also worked as a systems analyst before I had kids for different things. Oh, I think we're dead, chat. I think we're dead. I do have a playmat on Ink Gaming. You are not wrong. I have my cartoon self on Ink Gaming. We want to get some variety, though, there, I think. You have 7 cards. And again, this is just like a good example of you give them enough time, they're going to kill you. I just have to, like, dispel this shit aggressively. I think Ink Gaming can do sleeves. I need to check that out. They did take a hiatus from doing them, but they're back again. Just would like to keep them from emptying the Warrens here. If they have 2 more rituals, we might be in trouble. They cast Remand targeting Dispel. That's... Oh, this is a flashback Dispel. Alright, so I'm gonna negate their remand. If they have a ritual and empty the Warrens, we're probably dead. They have nothing. That's so good for us. Removal spell. Removal spell. Removal spell. Removal. 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 Survey says. Da 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 da. I feel like if they had another remand, they would have fought over their thing last turn. Let's tuck him away. Hit them to 4. Hopefully we're not dead through the last 4 cards in their hand. Yeah, thanks. It's Arts. We gotta figure out some of the other details first. We're doing it. Yeah, we're gonna do some shirts and stuff too. We're gonna hopefully find a site that does a bunch of different things. Well, here are some bits to help you motivate to get those playbets in. Thanks, IKill. I appreciate the support. The Clone Vacuum. Thank you very much for the Twitch Prime. Welcome. Yeah, the fact that Burrell is a fucking 1/3 is so absurd. Best 5 mana out straight. It's so absurd that he's a 1/3. It makes him better against Collective Brutality too. All right, they found Grape Shot, which is actually really bad for us. Because it means that they're gonna get to kill our board here. Although I guess Colonnade is still lethal, huh? Yeah, they're fine because of Colonnade. We're fine because of Colonnade. All right, I think we're good here. Forgot about my creature land. Do we get democracy points for buying your stuff? Maybe, Griffinson. That's not a bad idea. I need to figure out where it's coming from, what it's going to cost you, and what it's going to profit us. But yeah, probably we'll probably work out some kind of democratic boost for buying stuff, I think. Maybe they won't see the Colonnade. Maybe they won't see the Colonnade. Activate my Colonnade. Hey, Bruce Spy, thanks for the bits. Welcome. Would Torch of Defiance be good in the mirror? I don't know. Like, you want your counter spells in the mirror, so that seems a little bit medium. I think I'm gonna go ahead and submit. Pretty, looks like they didn't have gifts in that game, so like leaving Stroke out seems fine. Details on how donation decks work are here. If you have any questions on specifics, feel free to ask. This is supposed to be a mulligan, right? Cantrip Logic Knot is just like not good enough. What do we think on this? Yeah, it just doesn't do enough, right? Like this could end up being another land even. I think our average hand has 2 pieces of interaction in it. This hand is much worse. Clique's actually one of our better cards in this matchup, so. Does Honey work on mobile? I'm actually not sure offhand, Griffinson. I'm actually not sure offhand. There's the Ascension. I'm gonna grab Sacred Foundry here. We definitely need white mana. Don't mind a second red too. Although I guess if I draw Logic Knot here, this is bad. Can you put these in my 200 bits towards Spellstutter Sprite? Definitely on Band Twin. Thanks for the support. I guess this is a reason to fetch Hallowed Fountain there. Because if I draw my colorless land, I then can't cast Cryptic Command. Remember when someone earlier was being adamant that our opponent wouldn't have Ascension because Caleb Scherer cut theirs? Oh man, are we dead? We might be dead, chat. Alright, I'm gonna sit down. Aw, man. Ugh. Alright. We got 1 engineered explosives. Alright. We revealed Snapcaster Mage and drew another one. No, it's motorized working. I have a panel on the side with buttons that make it go up and down to predefined settings. Definitely feeling toasty. That's a great emote, Bruce Spy. What if I told you Moto only believes in the top of the deck and there is no bottom? I'd be inclined to believe you. So because I fetched wrong, I can't get... If this had been a blue source, I would have been able to tap draw their team here, but because it's not, I can't. We're 1 and 3. Do bits equate for cash to you? Yeah, that's exactly correct. So if you send a streamer 1,000 bits, they get $10. Jeskai control. What I'm about to say is a very subjective statement that is not based on hard data, because hard data doesn't exist outside of the Wizards of the Coast headquarters. I think Jeskai control is a deck that only sees as much success as it does in Modern, because people love casting Cryptic Command and playing Celestial Colonnade way more than they should. I would be very surprised if this deck's actual record reflected, like, its overall win percentage reflected how much it's actually played in the format. I think a good deal of how much play this deck sees played is because people just really love casting these cards. Every time we play this archetype, and blue-red control in general in Modern, it feels really lackluster, which is a shame, because I understand the appeal. I love fucking casting these cards, too. I don't have a good solution. The last Jeskai deck that we played that felt good on stream was Jeskai Nahiri. We played Jeskai Nahiri a while back. It was pre-Teferi even, but Jeskai Nahiri felt pretty reasonable. So if I was looking to be as competitive as possible while playing Jeskai, I think I would start with something that looked like Jeskai Nahiri. And if you didn't see that video, you want to check out my YouTube channel, youtube.com/JeffHogan. I think we played 2 or 3 leagues with that archetype, but I'm really not a huge fan of regular Jeskai control like this. And I know it has a bunch of results. I know there's a bunch of people that play it and play it successfully. I'm not saying you can't win matches or top 8 events with this. I'm just saying the power level of this deck, in my very subjective opinion, feels like it's lower than a lot of the other good decks in the format. Like I've played Hallowed One and Humans, and those decks just like feel super strong. And this deck just doesn't feel as powerful as those decks to me. All right, so we've got one more red, white, and blue deck before we wrap the day up.